Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything, and welcome to this month's State of the Unit for March 2947. If you've never been to one of these monthly videos, these are our Squadron's monthly newsletter that talks about what's going on in the Squadron, what's coming up, what you can expect. It's basically our Squadron newsletter in video format. All right, so let's talk about membership. Right now we've got 18 members on the RSI website, and we have 20 on the engine website. Now, I'm not sure where the discrepancy is, but there is 2 people on the engine site that don't have game packages, so they couldn't on RSI, and I think that's Emergency Override and Legendary. I do believe they're the 2 that don't have game packages. Yeah, we didn't recruit any members in February. That was a dry month, a bad spell for us. I don't know if we had people posting in the forums on the RSI site or not. I'm suspecting that we didn't touch on the forums like I want. We didn't bump the thread. There wasn't any chat put in the chats like in Crusader, where people can see the fact that we are recruiting. All right, so let's keep doing that. Let's keep posting in the chat, and then let's also make sure we put the word out in the forums that we are recruiting. I'm planning on putting out a new recruiting video when 3.0 comes out. All right, now moving on to the next topic, past events. I'm still logging in on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights. If you guys want to play as a squadron, team up, do various missions, either FPS during Star Marine or Arena Commander or go into the universe, just let me know. I'm game to do pretty much any of those. I'm just excited to start playing with some of our teammates, and we can't see about getting maybe some multi-crew action going on, or maybe some join me on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I'm on other nights too. Like I was on last night, I'm on tonight. I play almost every day, so just let me know. Jump on Discord. If you see me on Discord, drop me a message. Or if you see me actually in a voice chat, then jump in there with me and say hi. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. All you gotta do is jump in there and say hi. All right, news from the verse. Some new important information that's been coming out from here. I'm just going to hang out right here. I'm going to get away from the speaker. We're going to look out at the planet. Okay, so we had 261 just went live. And as you already know, the ships fly a little bit faster now, it seems like. Our Saber has been boosted. The speeds have been boosted. There was a pretty interesting explanation on the subscriber town hall today about how the ship's flight models are in the process of being changed, and it's based on and there are multiple thrusters that are not being used, but when you add the weight to your ship, they start to be used. I don't know. It was kind of you gotta kind of take a look at it and kind of and hear what they have to say. But they got the devs out there talking about flight design. So, but basically, with the new flight models and the new FPS mode, Star Marine, we could actually start practicing quite a bit. We should start practicing. And in 2.6.2, there should be another improvement. The internet code is supposed to change in 2.6.2, and we'll hopefully be able to get more than just 24 people into a map. FPS will probably not be as bad as it is right now. All right, and right around the corner, we got 3.0. That's coming out. That's going to be any month now. Any month now, 3.0 is going to come out, and then that's when the game really kicks it into high gear. You're going to actually be able to do missions that take you from planet to planet, and you'll be able to take other people's cargo, interact with other players in a meaningful way. Right now, you're just shooting each other and blowing each other. Okay, so when that happens, players should be allowed to give us or to hire people to serve as their escorts or something like that, and we'll be called upon by the merchants to be able to do that. So we need to get our ass in gear. We need to get uh, some standard operating procedures down. We've spent the last 4 years during this development process kind of just biding our time till beta actually shows up. Well, beta's right around the corner. Right around the corner, beta's here, so we need to start ramping it up. I'm working on the beta boot camp. This is a boot camp that is going to be like our first implementation of boot camp. Actually, it's our second. The first implementation was a while back, but that would have been alpha boot camp. Now we're talking about beta boot camp. This is going to be the boot camp that we think will be the boot camp for our new members once the game goes live, and once our organization basically goes live. And when that happens, we need some trainers. So if you're interested in being a trainer as part of the boot camp, let me know. If you want to attend some of the boot camp classes, don't worry, I'm going to put it out when they are, and I fully expect everyone in the squadron to attend and to be a part of the squadron. We'll get to that in a minute under housekeeping about what happened to some of the members in our squadron. But now the unit news. Big news, big news. Spectrum came out. Spectrum is live. Okay, it's still in beta, but it's live on the website, where our organization was given a forum on the RSI website. So not only do we have a website, a splash site that describes and discusses what our squadron is and where we can recruit from, but it also, now we have chat, so you can get in there and just constantly, it's text chat right now, where you can text chat back and forth between our officers and our members, and then also a forum. And I've basically taken the current forum that was in the engine site and I've deleted it, but not until I transferred over some information to the new forum. It's basically bare bones, empty, nothing's in it, but that's where our new forum is. And on our website, our 1nes.engine.com, if you click on the forum link, it doesn't take you to our forum anymore. It takes you to the Spectrum forum. So I'm anticipating more and more, because now they're talking about Spectrum being live. They're going to start adding features to Spectrum, like voice chat and maybe other things that organizations can use. And I put it out that, and this is on the Spectrum site, you can go there. I put it out that when Spectrum reaches a certain level of functionality, we will be discarding the engine site. We're only holding on the engine site right now as a placeholder until Spectrum can come up to speed. If Spectrum never comes up to speed, then we'll have our two sites forever. But I hope, and it was sort of kind of promised, that everything you need to run your organization is going to be on the RSI site. We'll see. Okay, promotions and awards. Well, there wasn't any activity in March. In February. In February. There was no promotions, no awards given. But I thought I'd take this opportunity to tell you where our leadership is, how it looks in the organization. And you can see right above me, there is, this is a Google Doc. The link to it is located in the Spectrum post for the State of the Unit address. So if you click that link, it'll take you to the doc and you can read it at your leisure, right? Each month before the State of the Unit, I will update this doc. So expect it to change by the 1st of next month. But in the meantime, like the 29 days of the month or whatever, you can see this document. Okay, so if you miss the video or if you don't feel like watching the video, you just want to read, you can take a look at the document. But here it is. We have where our officers are, right? The squadron commander, that's me, right? He's the organization leader, and that's Lieutenant Commander Mr. Everything. Okay, now our Squadron XO, that's basically our organizational admin. Uh, that's Lieutenant Paraset. Naval Criminal Investigation, you would think it would be NCIS, right? Or NCIU, Naval Investigation Crimes Unit, or something like that. He's also our unit master at arms. That's Lieutenant JG Nightwing. Some of you might call him Aaron Sandoval, but his call sign is Nightwing. We have a recon and exploration unit. That is there are explorers, they're the ones that go find mineral deposits, they find planets, they find landing zones, but they're also our reconnaissance unit, and they're also our covert ops unit. They're the ones, like, if we need to have somebody go sneak in somewhere, plant a bomb, and get out, that would be the reconnaissance unit. If we need someone to sneak in and steal a document and get out, that would be our reconnaissance unit. If we and that unit's in charge by Petty Officer Grubbalicious. Okay, he's our recon and exploration group leader. Now we have a Marine detachment. They are the muscle. They're the guys that man the turrets. They're the ones that do the boarding actions. They repel boarders. They assault bases and stations on the planet. You know, they're the ones that are going to handle all of our first-person shooting combat. They're the ones that are going to, if recon is a sword, then our Marine attachment is a battle axe. Okay, and that is commanded by Petty Officer Space Cowboy. Now we've got a couple of other groups. We've got a Trade and Commerce group, which is the ones that handle all of our income, all of our base management. They're the ones that figure out where the best trade routes are. They're really the ones that we focus on as our hub or centralized. They're the money makers, right? And everybody else is a peripheral unit around that trade and commerce unit. And trade and commerce also, like, they're the ones that are going to generate our internal missions the most, because they'll say, okay, I've got this cargo of iron, I'm going to carry it from Goss to Killian, and I need some escorts. And then a couple of guys will be up saying, okay, I'll fly along with you, right? So basically, we just generated our own mission carrying that cargo internally, and I fully anticipate the trade and commerce guys being the ones that need the escort or need the support. They need Marines to man their turrets. They need Marines to repel boarders. They're going to need reconnaissance to fly in front of them to find or to clear the way, and they're going to need the sabers to kind of fly escort, right? So I see a lot of that. Then we have our Saber unit, right? As default, I'm in charge of the Saber unit, right? I'm in charge of all units that don't have a leader. But if you're interested in becoming a trade and commerce leader, that's if trade and merchanting and brokerage and running our base is something that's interesting for you, let me know. Put you in our trade commerce leadership position. Same thing with the Sabers. If dogfighting is your thing and you really love the nuances of space combat, you know, then maybe the Saber leader is something for you. Okay, so just let me know if you're interested in any of those positions, and I'll be glad to review that with you and see if you are a good fit for that. Okay, now last but not least is housekeeping. Housekeeping is, when I say housekeeping, basically what I'm saying is if you're a member of our squadron, we expect you to be in our Discord. We want you to be in our Discord. If you're playing Star Citizen, you need to be in Discord. There's pretty much no exception to that. I don't want you to ever play Star Citizen and not be in our Discord. If you are in the Discord, it does not mean you're lurking over on the right hand. I don't. You know how Discord is. You got your people that are not in chat rooms, and then the left side are all the chat rooms. Don't be lurking outside of a chat room. If you're in Star Citizen, be in Discord and be in one of the chat rooms. That way, other people can approach you. Okay? If you're not looking for a team, then go to the hangar. If you're looking for a team, go to the ready room. If you are looking for a specific type of team or something like that, jump into that specific chat channel. Okay? Jump in the chat channel. Don't be afraid. If you don't have a microphone, you can still jump in the channel. You just won't be able to say anything. You'll be able to hear other people. That's pretty much a requirement for the squadron. I haven't been enforcing it. That's not a big deal. Not right now, but I want you to know that's something I'm looking at. I see people getting into the Discord, which is good, and then never joining a chat channel. There are other people that have not even joined the Discord, so I'm concerned about them. But the people that have joined the Discord and don't join the channel, I'm concerned about you. There are members in the squadron that I personally have never teamed up with. I've never gone on a mission with you. I've never flown an arena commander. I've never done any first-person shooting with you. I don't know you. Change that, make that happen. Team up with me. If I see you every day or every other day or whatever in our Discord, but then you never jump into a chat channel with me, I'm kind of concerned about that. Okay. If you're not in our Discord, it's the easiest way, it's the only way, to get your communications ribbon. All you got to do is make an account in Discord. If you could do that, if you can make an account on Discord and you can join our chat, then you're set. And then now here's the last piece that I was talking about earlier. I went through the roster. We have a really extensive roster on the engine site. You go to the engine site, you see this long list of people that are members of our website. Then, if you look deeper, like you go into the admin page, you can see that some of these guys haven't been to the engine website for 9 months. 4 months. 1 month. They haven't been to the engine site. They log into the engine site. They make an account. They join the 1NES, and then they don't ever go back to our website. Okay, so what does that tell me? What does that tell you? As an active member, as someone who's enjoying the game, trying to get something out of a squadron, a unit, an organization, whatever you want to call it. And there are people out there that join your squadron, but then they never log into Discord, they never talk to you, they never get onto the website to see what our squadron is doing, they don't check the calendar, they don't do any of that. What do you think of those people? Boom. If they want to reply, they can reply. Okay. Whenever I log into the game. And I consider the universe the game. Arena Commander, nah. Star Marine, no. But when I go into universe, at least once, I want to make that post right there that I made. That way, if they're interested, they're looking for an organization, bam, we're there. If they're not, bam, they can ignore it. That's up to them. You know, I don't spam it. I don't hit it every 5 minutes. Okay, so back to the guys that don't show up on TeamSpeak. Well, it used to be called TeamSpeak. It's now Discord. Yeah, because we've moved from Discord. We will be eventually moving from Discord to Spectrum. When they get voice chat, we will be closing our Discord. What about people that never get on our Discord, or they never log into the website? I look on the RSI site. Okay, here's a weird one, right? I check the RSI website, and I see that these people haven't logged in months. So that tells me that they're not excited about Star Citizen. They're just a casual player, and I use that term affectionately. But I'm saying that they logged in or they bought into the game, and now they're just waiting. They're waiting for something more to happen with the game. I understand that. I can get that. But do I consider them in our squadron? Yes, they're in the squadron, but they're not active. And I refuse to consider them for any kind of position of authority, because they don't know what's going on. They don't check the calendar. They haven't attended any of the meetings. They haven't gone to any of the trainings. They don't watch any of the videos on the RSI site to keep up to date on what's going on. I don't know what they do. Hell, I don't know what they do. So we have a tag for those members on the RSI, on the engine site, called reserve. Okay, so when I tag you with reserve, it immediately strips you of all rank. So if you have, if you're a petty officer, or you're an ensign, you're a lieutenant JG, or whatever, as soon as I click reserve on your character, all of that is taken away. You're back to being a recruit, basically a trooper. Okay, it also puts you in a separate section of the website. You're not seen on the active roster. Your name is removed. You're put somewhere else where the reserves are being kept. In the past, and I've come to, this is now going to, I'm going to tell you.
Security. We've got the situation handled.
That's good. I'm glad they do. This is one of my downfalls. I've always felt this way. If you're in a squadron, a unit, an organization, you are telling that group of people, hey, I want to be a part of something great. I want to be a part of your group. I want to be in your clique or whatever. I want to be part of that group. Okay, so that's what you're telling them. And they respond to you by accepting your invitation, accepting you into their group, and then their group goes about doing their business, right? And they expect you, now that you are part of the group, to also go about their business, right? I hope I'm explaining this right. If you don't, if you join an organization and then you go off and do your own thing, if that organization is set up that way, that's fine. If the organization is a bunch of lone wolves, then that's okay. But if you're going to be a bunch of lone wolves, why did you form an organization in the first place if you're just going to be a bunch of lone wolves? So the understanding is, because it's an organization, a unit, you won't be a lone wolf. So here comes my downside. In the past, this is I'm gonna go back to City of Heroes because I had a super group called Team Freedom, and then Mech Warrior Online. I had a group called the Royal Davian House Guard or the Davian Royal House Guards, and then in War Thunder, I had a group called the First Royal Naval Air Squadron. It's a British air squadron. In Star Citizen, we have the First Naval Aerospace Squadron. So back in City of Heroes and even in Mech Warrior and a little bit into the Royals, I didn't tolerate that. I didn't tolerate people joining the organization and then never playing with us, or joining the organization and then never going to the website, or never getting on TeamSpeak, or never doing any of that. Just they joined the organization and then they dropped off the face of the earth. I didn't tolerate it. And that was something that was like my number one pet peeve. So I would immediately remove them from the squadron. Okay. The second most pet peevium for me was multi-clanning. And the problem with multi-clanning is when you're trying to keep a secret, okay, and you've got a bunch of people in multiple squadrons, your secret will eventually get leaked out. So there's no operational security, there's no OPSEC at all for your unit, because Joe Blow is in I'm just going to use this as an example, this is not the truth. Let's say the Night Wardens, and then he comes over and he wants to join the Davian Royal House Guards, and he joins the Davian Royal House Guards, and then he learns about a specific technique or a specific tactic that we're using to overcome our enemies, and then one night he goes back over to his Night Warden buddies and he says, hey, the Davian Royal House Guards, they're fighting the clan in this way, so why don't we do it? And then all of a sudden we just lost our edge. So that's one thing that got under my skin, and I would prevent people from multi-clanning. I would say, if you're in our organization, what you're telling me is you want to be a part of our organization. You don't want to be a friend, you want to be a member. And if you're a member, then I expect you to play with us 100% of the time. So if you're out there playing, I don't want to see you playing with the Night Wardens or, Jade Falcon or whoever. I expect you to be playing with us because you're in our group. Okay. And that is still the case in the 1NAS. If you're in our organization, I expect you to be in our organization. Now, can you be affiliated with other organizations? Absolutely yes. This is about a year ago, I came up with an epiphany that you can be affiliated with, you can be actually a member of 10 different organizations right now on the RSI site. 10. And if your main is the 1NAS, you can have 9 affiliates that are not the 1NAS. That's fine. What is that doing? That allows you to have contacts in other organizations, and you can call upon them as resources, and they can call upon you, which in turn will call upon our squadron for assistance. So like if they say, hey, Mr. Snuffy, will you come over here and pull an escort mission for us? And Mr. Snuffy, because he's playing with the 1NAS, will say, hey guys, I'm getting a call from this organization over here. They're looking for escorts. Do you guys want to join in? Somebody might say, yeah. And then we can send a message back to the organization that we've got 2 fighters that are going to come in escort, and like what are they paying and stuff like blah blah blah. And I go on, the list can go on. But yes, have affiliates, join other organizations. Now, Nightwing, Paraset, and myself will check our membership, and we will look to see if anybody is a affiliate with a non-legal organization, like a pirate organization or a smuggling organization. And if you are, then you're kicked. Boom, gone. We'll kick first and then ask questions later. And that's exactly how it happens. We'll kick you and then we'll send you a message saying why. We're not going to ask you, give you time to reply and say, oh, it was a mistake, I didn't mean to do it. No. Kick, boom, you're gone. You're basically out. And then we'll drop you a message. You reply when it's convenient for you. Don't join pirate organizations. If you want to be a pirate or something, then this isn't the kind of squadron that you should be in. And that's fine. That's okay. There are a bunch of people out there playing pirates because it's unique and different and new, and they want to. No, that's not us. Okay, so we don't want, for the very reason of, as before, we've got some kind of mission where we're going to go raid this pirate outpost, and wait a second, hold on, you're a member of that pirate organization. No, we're not going to do that. So, but you can be affiliated with all the good organizations. Okay, if we notice that your main is not the 1NAS, then we're not going to kick you. We're going to put you as an affiliate, because you're affiliate. You're joining the 1NES as an affiliate. You just want to be tied with us. You don't necessarily want to. You don't want to be a member. You just want to be able to call upon us, and that's fine. That's fine, because when the chats eventually start rolling in, and you're going to be able to use a commo, maybe through Spectrum, then you'll be able to talk to your affiliates. It's kind of like the way City Heroes did something called alliances, where you have one supergroup and another supergroup, and they're all part of an alliance. And you can have multiple supergroups in this one alliance, and that's kind of like a chain alliance. Like, I'm allied with this group, but because they're allied with this group, then I'm indirectly allied with both of them. And that's kind of what affiliates are. If the 1NES is your main, make sure all of your affiliate organizations are on the up and up. If your 1NES is not your main, then we're going to consider you an affiliate. And I'm going to tell you now, the website affiliates, they don't have access to our secret information. They don't have it. And same thing with Spectrum. What can affiliate do on our Spectrum? I'm going to say nothing. There is one little post area. It's called, for affiliates, commo room or something like that, where it's for affiliates only. Okay, let me just do a real quick recap, and then I'll let you guys go. 18 members. We haven't had anybody join in February, so be sure to post on the recruitment thread, which I think might be going away because they're getting rid of the forums and they're going towards Spectrum. So we'll have to work on getting a new forum thread with the recruitment post in Spectrum. And I'm still playing Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Come join me. Be sure to get into the Discord so that you can remain, and also log into the Engine website and the RSI website so you can stay current. If you're not current, I'm going to assign a reservist tag to you. A good question. What do you think a good time frame would be before I start assigning you reservist status? Well, guess what? There is a link in our website. One of the tabs across the top one of them is for code of conduct. You go read the code of conduct, you'll know exactly what I'm expecting of you. Okay, 3.0 is going to be coming out within the next few months. We need to be ready to perform missions for our merchants and have our own merchants perform missions. So we need to get the beta boot camp up and running. And Spectrum's live, so we moved all the forums over to Spectrum. And don't forget to utilize the calendar on the website. Not only can leadership, but anybody in the organization can post an item on the calendar, and then when people see, hey, 3 weeks from now, Joe Snuffy is going to be playing some Arena Commander, he's going to look for some players. That's great. If you can schedule it out ahead of time, please do. If it's same day, don't bother. If it's like one day out and you want to put it out, do it. What that helps is you plan for an event in the future. I see the event and I can tell you, hey, I can come or I can't come. You want to work on your first-person shooter skills, and you say, man, Friday I'd really like to work on my first-person shooter skills. Put it on the calendar that Friday you're going to be doing some Star Marine. I'm just throwing that out there as an example. All right, guys. I went on long enough, and I'll edit this video out, and then we'll get you the state of the unit, hopefully on the 1st. I'll see you in the hangar.